Okay. Ryan. Now, I've evacuated Florida. I'm hanging out in this great little hospital in Fairhope, Alabama, which is by Mobile Bay. It's a beautiful little port town back in the days of railroads and steamships. Anyhow, greetings from Fairhope, Alabama. Ryan, setting up habits, setting up new habits, and setting up habits for children is one of the greatest and most beautiful and challenging things that you can do. Now, in an emergency, I want you to know that you are a cheerful leader. You are somebody that people like to follow because you're joyful and strong, positive, playful. You're a very, very good daddy form, daddy figure. But you have to be cautious because you can just have fun and do fun things. And you can forget about essential things. And you cannot think about essential things. So when you're working on habits, it's really important to start writing the essential principles on the wall. Okay, now, Acts 2:42, four things. The first 3,000 people were focused on the apostles' teaching, to being close together with other devoted disciples that were using the Holy Spirit and that know the teachings of Yeshua. The apostles' teaching, the fellowship, the breaking of bread, and the prayers. Okay, the breaking of bread is a reference to Luke 24. It is a reference to communion. They were obsessed with that. They were addicted to that. And then the top shelf thing, the apostles' teaching, the overview is that you are working a program and you're interacting with invisible beings. And there's lots of different types. Are you done in the room? Lots of types of invisible beings. Oh, never mind. All right. I forgot that bag. Two habits. That I made the stick bag. Make sure that those children hear you. I need the thing that goes on top of the dialyzer, the crib on. And Stephanie, nose to nose, flowing in your Holy Spirit language. Make sure that those kids hear you in the fun habit of using the language of humans and spirit beings. Write that one down. It is called the language of humans and spirit beings. Don't use the word angel. That's confusing because there's many different types of spirit beings. So it is the language of humans and spirit beings. That's one habit. Make sure that they see you and hear you and join you in that cheerful language. That's number one. Number two, you must choose to be the daddy and have conscience cleansing times with the truth meal. We're going to put Yeshua inside of us. Whoa. And that's a supernatural unity with him and with one another. We're connecting with one another and we're connecting with him at the same time. But we can't do that until we are confident and can say, there is nothing weird in my conscience. There is nothing strange or hidden. There is no problem and no issue that is unaddressed. So conscience cleansing and communion, a fun gathering, but a closed gathering. You describe to the kids, we are the ecclesia. The ecclesia means people that are called out of the ordinary world into a special group of friends, a Havirah. We are called out of the ordinary world into a group of friends of Yeshua. That's who we are. And so when we come together for our time of conscience cleansing and communion, we have the children lock the doors and say, we are separate from the ordinary world. And you make the distinction that this is our closed meeting. And that's when the men uncover their heads. That's when the women cover their heads for this time in the mercy seat, in the Holy of Holies. 2 habits. 1. The language of humans and spirit beings. Number 2. The gathering, the ecclesia, the gathering for conscience cleansing and to put Yeshua inside of us, connecting us with Him and connecting us with one another in that closed meeting, closed private meeting. 2 habits, the language and the meeting. 2 habits, 2 habits. Yay, let the little ones see those 2 habits. Fun, regular, constantly.
Hey, when I put this in test, I'm looking.
Fun, regular, constantly.